Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky15, and in this video I'll be giving you my Lucky 15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action. As usual here on the channel, just to say before we get stuck into tomorrow's selections, it wasn't a bad day for us on the YouTube channel, one of the better days we've had recently. Two winners in the end. Out of This World was a very nice winner for Noel Feely and Harry Fry at Market Raisin. Drifted out to a nice price in the end, so if you were on best odds guaranteed like I was, managed to get the 15 to 2, so I was quite pleased with that. And also as well, Bay Hill managed to just get up in the photo. I thought it was a little bit unlucky that it blundered the last, but still did well to hang on and win in a 10th photo finish. But 5 to 2 as well, that meant we had a nice double of winners on the day, so pretty good as well. Posh Trish was a little bit unlucky, I thought, at Newbury behind Nicky Henderson's runner, but still ran with credit to finish in second place. And then our other horse for Paul Nolan, Chisholm Trail at Earthels, I think you can write it off there. I think there was something definitely wrong with the horse, and I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe had a minor problem, might have bled or something like that. So that run was a bit too bad to be true, and that's the way sometimes it can go in racing. But hey ho, it went nicely for us today, and hopefully we can continue the form tomorrow. We start with our first selection at Fontwell in the 150 with a horse called Molly Childers, around about 5 to 4, best odds with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Stuart Edmonds, who's an underrated trainer in my opinion. Kieran Gethins as well as booked for the ride. Made an encouraging start to the chase fences last time out on chase debut at Bangor on D, only just losing out to a horse of Kim Bailey's called Dandy Dan. Dandy Dan has since boosted the form, winning a fair race at Kelso last time out, so that was a good effort that day. And I thought Molly Childers, if it can reproduce like it did last time at Bangor on D, should be winning at Fontwell tomorrow, and I thought could be a good one to kick us off with. We then go to Hexham for the 315 with a horse called Arizona Bound, 9 to 4 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Lucinda Russell, who's yarder in fair form. One of her conditional jockeys that she normally uses, Blair Campbell, claims £3 here. Ran a fair race last time, or I should say a couple of starts ago, when it was very eye-catching at Hexham, when it probably should have won that day, but just ran out of juice in the final strides. Fell last time out, which I think you can definitely forgive it. Was going okay, but just blundered at Kelso, so put a line through that. But I thought tomorrow, if you actually look at the race as a whole, there's quite a few in here with weak profiles, and this horse is still relatively unexposed and still could have a bit of scope about it. And the way it travelled at Hexham last time out suggested that this is definitely a better horse than its current mark of a 98. So for me, I thought that was a good selection to hopefully keep up the winning form. We then go to the 405 with a horse at Warwick and the bumper there. Now this is a horse I put up at Fontwell when it was meant to run last time, but unfortunately got withdrawn and was actually quite well backed in the market that day. I think it went from something around about 16 to 1 to about 11 to 2 shot, I remember, when it got withdrawn. So I have been watching out for this horse when it's going to run again. Trained by John Joe O'Neill, Richie McLennan booked for the ride. This horse has got some really interesting connections in its pedigree, closely related to Coney Island, and also as well a very good horse that won at the Cheltenham Festival a few times called Wichita Lineman. Now, if this horse is anything like its pedigree tomorrow, it should go really close in my opinion. Also as well, this horse had some bumper winners in its pedigree as well, and that's something I think you want to look at obviously when you're looking at bumper races, even though it is hard to assess. Also as well, John Joe O'Neill, who's been in the wilderness a lot in recent months, is actually starting to come to fruition now, and he's actually having some winners. His yarder in pretty good form. He did me a favour, I should say, the other day over with the punters page, who I do some work for, with a horse called Django, which landed a really big gamble. And his horses, like I said, have been running well, and I thought this horse could be well gambled on tomorrow. I wouldn't be at all surprised if this went off at 5 to 1, but with the way it sometimes can go, it could drift. But I just thought that this horse will be gambled on tomorrow, and I think it's got an interesting pedigree and should go well as well with the fillies allowance. So for me, that could go really close. We then go to Dundalk on the all-weather for our final selection in the 5:30, the first race on their all-weather card tomorrow, with a horse called Chamrousse, round about 9 to 4 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Willie McCreary. Declan McDonough in the Godolphin Blue tomorrow is booked for the ride. This horse has been really progressive the last couple of starts, been making the frame in some fair races at second and third in its most recent 2 runs, so you got to think there's a bit about this horse. Also as well, I think the switch to the all-weather could help this horse, related to some all-weather winners as well that were of a good level. So I thought tomorrow from stall 7 as well, which isn't a bad draw at Dundalk, this horse should go really close and could shed a maiden tag. So for me, that's going to be the selection there. So Chamrousse is our final selection. So that's all I've got to say for tomorrow's horse racing action. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button for more horse racing videos. Also as well, you can follow me on social media. The best place to follow me is on my Twitter handle at Lucky15 for lots of updates and to see my other work and things like that. So go and follow me over there if you haven't done so already. So that's all I've got to say. Please gamble responsibly and we'll be seeing you soon.